Well, I'm here with Dr. Tom Cheyney. He's a nationally recognized leader in the arenas of church planting and revitalization. He's also a writer, and including being the executive editor of the only national publication on church revitalization. Dr. Tom, wanted to hear your thoughts and experiences with a few questions. First off, what was the general impact that this core values index, wired nature awareness, provided for you that we didn't have before?
Far too many times throughout the Christian realm, there are leaders who are responsible for putting people in place. It could be a leader who leads a church planning organization, and it behooves them to get the best candidate for the potential church plant. It could be, like in my case, looking over, a large number of churches here in Central Florida, trying to find the right pastor that fits the various different groups. Not every pastor go to every single church in our association, trying to match them up the right way according to their core values. And probably the biggest thing that I use, because of Renovate National Church Revitalization Conferences, we are always looking to make sure we match the right church revitalizer with the right church that needs to be revitalized. And the reason being it's so critical for us, there are a lot of people that could do a good job, but most revitalized churches only get one chance to do it right. And a person who maybe could bring them 50% response or return on the dollars they can invest is not as wise of an expenditure as a person that could bring them 98 or 100% of expenditures. So for us, utilizing the core values index has helped us help churches make sure they get the best possible individual to lead their turnaround for their church revitalization effort.
That's so good to hear. Now, also, you've experienced the hiring science that we have available. We can understand the nature of the person and the nature of the work. Can you tell us what was the bottom line results of the top performer profile hiring science that you experienced?
The top performer profile for us, as we work through it and really nailed down what are the core ingredients that makes a person, for example, in church revitalization, a top performer. One of the things we did is we took individuals that could hit it out of the park. They were huge, successful church revitalizers. We took some that were just below. They weren't middle of the road, but they were probably the 80%. And then we took some because we needed a benchmark that church revitalization wasn't for them, Michael. They literally struggled, and they probably were more of a church planner. We found out as we looked at their indexes. They were trying to do revitalization when they really should have been trying to revitalize churches. So the top performance profile for us has allowed us to really hit the ground running with a stronger candidate and a greater chance for these churches to be revitalized.
And one final question here is just about the area of assimilation. Now, I know you may not be personally involved with that a lot, but I know that that is one of the top challenges, pandemic or not, that churches are always facing. What are your thoughts or insights or things that you could share to help pastors understand how this helps to grow the church body, increase engagement, and church health?
Well, you're right. It is not something in my chair that I do on a regular basis, but I am a participant and a member of a church, and I oversee 200 plus churches here in Central Florida as their executive director. One of the things that all our pastors are saying here is it is now more of a challenge in bringing people back post-pandemic, but also one of the things they're really striving for is how to get the right type of individual to lead various different ministries. Every ministry has what I call a sweet spot, the type of individual it is a guy or a gal that could lead that ministry, that they're feeling so rewarded and the ministry is growing because you put the right fit. And that is one of the reasons that I feel like the core value index is such a strong tool, because it matches you with what you want to do, not just a spot that somebody needs to fill. It is an incredible tool to help the pastor in a local church make sure whoever's leading assimilation or whoever's leading children, whoever's leading discipleship groups has the ability. They're right in their sweet spot and they're going to love what they do. And when you love what you do, it'll be more fun doing the work of the ministry, and people will see that each and every day.